What if I told you there's a group of people in America who grow 10 times more food than the average gardener? And they do it without electricity, chemicals, or even gas-powered tools. And the craziest part? They spend less time gardening than you do. These aren't tech billionaires with smart gardens. They're not using AI-powered sprinklers or $2,000 hydroponic towers. I'm talking about the Amish, plain dressing, horse and buggy living, off-the-grid farmers who've been quietly dominating backyard food production for over 200 years. I'm talking about the Amish, families living off-grid in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and across the Midwest, who've been growing massive, thriving gardens for generations, using horse-drawn ploughs, hand tools, and secrets passed down from their grandparents. No fancy gadgets, no monthly subscriptions, just old-school wisdom that actually works. Whether you're on a tight budget, trying to live simpler, or just sick of spending every weekend weeding and watering, this video is for you. So grab a notebook, because by the end of this, your garden's going to look like it belongs on a postcard from Lancaster County. Let's dig in. Number 1. They never walk on their garden beds. Seriously, they keep their feet off the soil completely. How? By using permanent raised beds with narrow, packed dirt paths between them. When you walk on garden soil, it gets hard and tight. That's called compaction. It crushes tiny air pockets plants and worms need to breathe. No air, no healthy roots. The Amish avoid this by never stepping in the beds, just along the edges. This keeps the soil loose, lets water drain better, and helps roots grow deep and strong. Less compaction also means fewer weeds and less digging later. Simple change. Big payoff. Number 2, deep mulching is their superpower. The Amish don't just toss a little mulch around their plants. They pile it on, up to a foot deep. They use straw, old leaves, or grass clippings. This thick blanket blocks weeds from popping up. It traps moisture in the soil so they don't have to water every day. As it breaks down, it feeds the soil with nutrients. Worms love it. Roots dig it. One Amish gardener said, "Mulch is free fertilizer that also does the weeding. It's like giving your garden a raincoat, sunscreen, and food all in one. Just lay it down and let nature do the rest." Number 3, no tilling, ever. The Amish don't dig or flip their soil every spring. No machines, no back-breaking work. They leave the ground intact. Why? Because tilling kills helpful bugs and breaks up good soil webs made by fungi. Instead, they let worms, beetles, and plant roots do the digging. These tiny workers loosen the soil all on their own. It holds water better and stays healthy. Their method stops soil from washing away in rain. It also pulls more carbon into the ground. No tilling means less work, fewer weeds, and richer earth over time. Nature knows how to farm. The Amish just stay out of the way. Number 4. They plant soil doctors. Before growing food, the Amish plant special crops that heal the soil. They call them soil doctors. These include clover, rye, and buckwheat. They don't harvest them. They let them grow and then cut them down. Clover grabs nitrogen from the air and puts it in the soil. Rye grows thick roots that stop weeds and hold dirt in place. Buckwheat breaks up hard, compacted ground with its strong taproot. When these plants rot, they feed worms and microbes. It's like giving your garden a tune-up. Healthy soil grows healthy food, and it all starts with these quiet healers working under the surface. Number 5. They follow the 3 sisters method. The Amish grow corn, beans and squash together in the same spot. They call them the 3 sisters. Corn grows tall and gives beans a pole to climb. Beans don't need a trellis. They use the corn. As they grow, beans add nitrogen to the soil, which helps the corn and squash. Squash spreads wide with big leaves. It shades the ground, keeps weeds down, and holds in moisture. All 3 help each other. 1 spot, 3 crops, less work. This trick didn't start with the Amish. It's been used for hundreds of years by native farmers, and it still works perfectly today. Number 6. Wide rows, not single lines. The Amish don't plant veggies in skinny, straight rows like most of us. They plant in wide blocks or thick bands. This means more plants grow close together in a small space. When the leaves touch, they shade the soil. That keeps weeds from growing. It also holds in moisture so the soil stays damp longer. Plants support each other too, like a crowd holding hands in the wind. They don't flop over as much. This method gives more food per square foot. It cuts weeding and watering time. It's simple, smart, and works great in small gardens. More plants, less work. That's the Amish way. Number 7. They plant by the moon. Many Amish gardeners watch the moon like farmers did long ago. They don't just plant whenever they feel like it. They time it with the lunar cycle. It might sound strange, but there's real science behind it. During the waxing moon, when the moon grows fuller, sap rises in plants. That's the best time to plant leafy greens like lettuce, spinach, and cabbage. They grow faster and stronger. When the moon is waning, getting smaller, the energy goes into the roots. That's when they plant carrots, potatoes, beets, and other root crops. The soil holds more moisture then, and roots take hold better. Even some modern studies show plants respond to these subtle changes. You don't need to be superstitious. Just follow the sky like your grandparents might have. It costs nothing to try. And many Amish say their best harvests come from moon-timed planting. It's free, natural, and part of their quiet rhythm with the seasons. Number 8. Heirloom seeds only. The Amish don't buy new seeds every year. They use heirloom seeds, the kind passed down for generations. These are open-pollinated, not hybrids or GMOs. That means they grow true to type. Each fall, they save seeds from the strongest, tastiest, and most productive plants. Next season, those seeds go back in the ground. Over time, something amazing happens. The seeds adapt to your soil, weather, and growing conditions. They get better every year. You end up with tomatoes that love your backyard, or beans that shrug off local pests. No corporate seed catalogue needed. This also means they're ready for tough times. They've got seed stockpiles that last years. It's food freedom in a tiny packet. And the flavour? Rich, deep, and nothing like store-bought. For the Amish, saving seeds isn't just practical. It's a promise to the future. A way to keep growing no matter what. Number 9. They start seeds late. Most gardeners can't wait to plant in early spring. They rush seeds into cold ground after the last frost. But the Amish? They wait. They don't plant until the soil is truly warm. Like, warm enough to walk barefoot on the porch, warm. Cold soil slows down seeds. It can even rot them. Warm soil wakes them up fast. That's when beans, squash, and corn go in. They'd rather wait an extra 2 weeks than fight weak, struggling plants all summer. Their rule is simple. If the soil feels cold to the touch, it's too early. This tiny delay means faster sprouting, stronger roots, and healthier plants from the start. No guesswork. They often use a soil thermometer or just their hands. It's not about being lazy. It's about working with nature, not against it. And every year, their patience pays off in bigger harvests. Number 10. Every plant has a roommate. The Amish don't just plant vegetables, they pair them up like best friends. Tomatoes grow better with marigolds nearby. The flowers keep bad bugs away. Carrots and onions are another smart pair. Onions smell strong and scare away carrot flies. Carrots loosen the soil for onion roots. Dill near cucumbers helps too. It brings good bugs that eat pests. This is called companion planting, and the Amish use it everywhere. They know some plants help each other grow stronger, taste better, or fight off disease. But they also know which plants don't get along. Broccoli and strawberries, for example, should never be neighbours. They hurt each other's growth. Same with garlic and peas. It's like family drama in the garden. The Amish plan ahead so everyone has a good roommate. Happy plants mean more food and less trouble. Number 11. They use nurse plants. The Amish are smart about shade. They know young greens like lettuce and spinach don't like hot summer sun. Instead of building shade cloths, they use tall plants as natural umbrellas. Sunflowers, corn, or even tall herbs like dill are planted on the south or west side of delicate crops. As they grow, they cast a soft shadow during the hottest part of the day. This keeps the soil cool and stops the greens from bolting, turning bitter and going to seed too fast. It's called a nurse plant, and it acts like a bodyguard for smaller sensitive plants. No extra work or cost, just smart planning. The nurse plant does double duty. Corn feeds the family, sunflowers feed the birds, and both protect something else growing below. It's teamwork in the garden. Nature does the shading. The Amish just set the stage. Number 12. Vertical gardening is mandatory. The Amish don't let vines crawl on the ground. They make them grow up, straight up. Pole beans, cucumbers, small squash, and even melons climb trellises made from scrap wood, old poles, or branches. This saves a ton of space in the garden. One small patch can grow twice as much. It also keeps fruit clean and off the dirt, so it's less likely to rot or get nibbled by bugs. Air moves better around the plants, which cuts down on mould and mildew. Picking is easier too. No more bending over or digging through vines. Everything's at eye level. The Amish build simple, strong supports that last for years. Some even train vines onto fences or the sides of barns. It's smart, low cost, and fits perfectly in small gardens. Growing up isn't just efficient. It's how the Amish get big harvests without needing more land. Number 13. They rotate crops like clockwork. The Amish never plant the same thing in the same spot year after year. That's a fast track to tired soil and hungry pests. Instead, they follow a strict cycle, usually 4 years. 1 year it's potatoes, which pull a lot from the ground. The next year, beans go in that same spot. Beans are special. They put nitrogen back into the soil, which helps the next crop. Year 3, they plant corn, which loves rich, fertile soil. By year 4, squash or pumpkins take over. They spread wide and shade the soil, keeping weeds down. After that, the cycle starts fresh. This simple rotation keeps the soil healthy and stops bugs and diseases from building up. It's like giving each patch of land a job, then a rest. No chemicals needed, just smart planning and a little patience. The garden stays strong, productive and balanced, year after year. Number 14. Garden layout is strategic, not pretty. The Amish don't care about neat rows or perfect corners. Their garden isn't for show, it's for food. Every plant has a job and a place. Tall crops like corn and sunflowers go on the north side. That way, they don't block the sun from shorter plants. Vining crops like cucumbers or squash go along the edges so they can climb out without taking up growing space. Herbs are planted close to the back door or kitchen window, just a few steps away when cooking. They also group plants by how much water or care they need. This saves time and energy. Paths are narrow and straight, making it easy to reach every plant without stepping on the soil. Even the compost pile has a spot, near the garden but out of the way. Nothing is random. Every choice saves work, boosts growth, or makes harvesting easier. It's not about looks, it's about results. Number 15. They water deep and rare. The Amish don't water their garden every day. They don't sprinkle lightly like some of us do. Instead, they give the soil a slow, deep soaking, just once or twice a week. This pushes water far down into the ground. When roots feel that moisture, they grow deeper to reach it. Deep roots mean stronger, healthier plants. These plants can handle hot, dry days without wilting. Shallow watering does the opposite. It keeps roots near the surface where they dry out fast. That leads to weak plants that need constant care. The Amish let the top inch of soil dry out between waterings. This teaches plants to survive on less. It saves time, uses less water, and builds tough, resilient crops. They water like nature. Think of a heavy summer rain, not a mist. Slow, deep, and done. Number 16. Rain barrels are everywhere. The Amish don't waste a single drop of rain. Almost every roof has downspouts that lead straight into big barrels. These collect rainwater for the garden. It's free, pure, and better for plants than city water. Tap water has chlorine and chemicals that can hurt good soil life. Rainwater doesn't. It's soft, natural, and full of oxygen. They use it for seedlings, vegetables, and herbs. One Amish family I read about doesn't use any city water on their garden, not even in droughts. They rely only on what falls from the sky. The barrels are simple, often recycled food-grade tanks or old drums. A spigot at the bottom lets them fill watering cans fast. During dry weeks, that stored rain becomes gold. It keeps plants alive when others are struggling. It's a small step that saves money, time, and precious resources. And once you set it up, it works on its own. Number 17. Drip irrigation with gravity. The Amish don't use fancy sprinkler systems with timers and wires. Instead, they keep it simple with gravity-fed drip irrigation. They place a large water barrel on a raised platform or stand near the garden. At the bottom, they attach a hose or soaker line with small holes. When they open the spigot, water drips slowly and steadily right at the base of the plants. No electricity, no pumps, just gravity doing the work. This delivers water exactly where it's needed, to the roots, without wasting a drop. It runs for hours while they do other chores. They can even leave it overnight. Since it's made from old barrels, hoses, and basic fittings, it costs almost nothing. Once set up, it's set it and forget it. It's perfect for dry weeks when daily watering isn't possible. Smart, low-tech, and effective. Just like everything the Amish do in the garden. Number 18. Swales and ditches guide water. The Amish don't let rainwater run off and get wasted. Instead, they shape the land to hold it and move it where it's needed. They dig shallow ditches or gentle dips called swales along the slope of the garden. When it rains, the water flows into these channels instead of washing away. The swales slow it down, let it soak into the soil, and direct it to dry spots or thirsty plants. It's like building a natural irrigation system with no pumps or pipes. Some swales run between garden beds. Others lead water from driveways or barn roofs straight to fruit trees or corn patches. Over time, they fill with organic matter and become rich growing zones themselves. This method prevents erosion, saves water, and keeps plants hydrated even during dry spells. It's smart earthworking that follows nature's flow, and once built, it works year after year with no extra effort. Number 19. They water at dawn. The Amish don't water their garden in the heat of the day or after sunset. They do it early, just as the sun comes up. Watering at dawn has big benefits. The soil is cool and the air is still, so less water evaporates. Most of it soaks deep where roots can reach it. Plants wake up hydrated and ready for the day. Watering in the evening might seem smart, but it can cause problems. Leaves stay wet all night, and that dampness invites mold, mildew, and fungal diseases. Tomatoes, squash, and beans are especially at risk. Morning watering lets the leaves dry off fast as the sun rises. It keeps plants healthy and strong. It also fits the Amish routine. Up early, garden chores done by midday. No rushing, no wasted water. Just a quiet walk with a hose or watering can while the birds are singing. Simple, effective, and in tune with nature's rhythm. Number 20. Mulch equals water insurance. That thick layer of straw, leaves, or grass clippings the Amish pile on their soil? It's not just for weeds. It's like a moisture blanket. It stops water from escaping into the air, especially on hot, sunny days. With deep mulch, the soil stays damp for days, even after no rain. One Amish gardener told me, "I don't water my tomatoes all summer. The mulch does it for me." That's not magic, it's science. Mulch cuts evaporation and keeps the ground cool. Roots don't dry out. Plants stay happy with less help. In fact, good mulching can reduce watering needs by up to 50%. That means fewer trips with the hose, lower water bills, and healthier plants. It's especially powerful during dry spells when every drop counts. And since the Amish already use mulch to stop weeds and feed soil, this is just another win. One simple step, multiple rewards. It's nature's way of saving time and water, and the Amish use it to the fullest. Number 21. They attract good bugs on purpose. The Amish don't reach for sprays when bugs show up. Instead, they invite the right bugs to the garden, the kind that eat the bad ones. They plant flowers and herbs like dill, fennel, yarrow and tansy around their vegetables. These plants bloom early and often, offering nectar and shelter. That brings in ladybugs, lacewings, hoverflies, and parasitic wasps. Tiny warriors that hunt aphids, mites, and caterpillars. One ladybug can eat hundreds of aphids a week. Lacewings do even more damage to pests. The Amish know that a few well-placed plants can bring in an army of natural helpers. It's like setting a trap. But the trap is beautiful, costs nothing, and keeps working all season. They don't try to kill every bug. They build a balanced garden where good bugs keep bad bugs in check. It's peaceful, smart, and 100% chemical-free. Nature's pest control, fully loaded. Number 22. Row covers are their force field. The Amish use lightweight fabric sheets as invisible shields over their plants. These row covers float over hoops made of wire or bent branches. They block pests like cabbage moths, flea beetles, and cucumber beetles before they can land and lay eggs. The fabric lets in sunlight and rain, but keeps bugs out. Best of all, it doesn't harm bees or other good insects, because it's only on when pollination isn't needed. Once the plants start flowering, the Amish simply lift the cover off during the day so bees can do their job. It's like putting up a tent for protection, then opening the door when guests arrive. Row covers mean no holes in leaves, no rotting stems, and no need for sprays. They use them on everything from carrots to squash. It's a simple, low-cost way to grow clean, healthy food, without chemicals or stress. And they reuse the same fabric for years. Number 23. They handpick pests at dusk. The Amish don't always fight bugs with sprays or traps. Sometimes they just go out after dinner with a flashlight and a jar. That's when slugs, beetles, and hornworms come out to eat their plants. Moving slowly through the garden, they pluck them off by hand and drop them into soapy water. It sounds old-fashioned. And it is, but it works. One quick walk can remove dozens of pests before they cause real damage. It's free, safe for kids and pets, and doesn't harm good bugs. They focus on problem spots: tomatoes, squash, and cabbage, favourite targets. Over time, they notice fewer pests because they're breaking the life cycle. No eggs, no next generation. It's not about doing it every night. Just once a week during peak season makes a big difference. It's quiet, peaceful work under the moon, and it keeps the garden clean without a single chemical. Number 24. Garlic spray equals natural bug repellent. The Amish make their own bug spray using just garlic, water, and a little soap. They crush several cloves of garlic and soak them in water overnight. Then they strain it, add a drop of liquid soap to help it stick, and pour it into a spray bottle. This strong-smelling mix goes right on plants that pests love, like tomatoes, cabbage, and beans. Bugs such as aphids, mites, and whiteflies hate the smell and taste. They stay away or die off quickly. The spray doesn't harm plants, kids, or pets. It breaks down fast in the sun, so it's safe for the soil and good bugs too. They reapply after rain or every few days if needed. It's cheap, easy to make, and uses what's already in the kitchen. No trips to the store, no harsh chemicals, just nature's version of a keep out sign. And it works. Number 25. Chickens patrol the garden. After the harvest is done, the Amish don't leave their garden beds empty. They bring in the chickens. These birds are more than egg layers. They're clean-up crews. Let loose in the garden, they scratch through old plant scraps, hunting for bugs, slugs, and insect eggs. They eat pests that could come back next year. As they peck and dig, they mix organic matter into the soil, acting like tiny rototillers. And wherever they go, they leave behind rich manure, free fertilizer that feeds the soil. It's a win-win. The chickens get a snack, and the garden gets a tune-up. They never let them in during growing season, too much damage, but after full harvest, it's chicken time. No chemicals, no wasted effort. Just nature's way of resetting the garden for next year. Smart, simple, and totally free. Number 26. Trap crops save the day. The Amish don't try to fight every bug head-on. Instead, they use decoys, plants that pests love more than vegetables. These are called trap crops. For example, they plant nasturtiums at the edge of the garden to attract aphids. Cabbage moths prefer mustard greens over broccoli, so they grow mustard as bait. The pests rush to these tasty plants and ignore the main crops. Once the trap crop is covered in bugs, the Amish remove it or spray it with natural solutions, taking the pests with it. This keeps the real food safe and clean. It's like setting a mouse trap, but with flowers and leaves. They plan it carefully, placing trap crops far enough away to protect the garden but close enough to manage. No chemicals needed, just smart thinking. It's a gentle way to protect plants while working with nature, not against it, and it saves hours of spraying or hand-picking later. Number 27. Healthy soil equals fewer pests. The Amish believe the real secret to bug control isn't sprays or traps. It's soil. Weak, tired soil grows weak, stressed plants. And bugs can smell that. They go straight for the sick ones. But plants grown in rich, alive soil, they're strong, full of natural defences, and pests often just leave them alone. The Amish focus on feeding the soil with compost, mulch and cover crops. That creates deep roots, thick stems, and healthy leaves. These plants can handle a few bugs without damage. It's like the difference between a sick person and someone who eats well and exercises. One gets every cold, the other fights it off. In the garden, strong plants grown in good soil rarely need help. Fewer pests show up. Diseases spread slower. The whole garden works better. Fix the soil first, the Amish say, and most problems never even start. Number 28. Compost is religious. For the Amish, composting isn't just gardening. It's a way of life. Nothing goes to waste. Coffee grounds, eggshells, potato peels, chicken manure, straw, grass clippings, old garden plants. It all ends up in the compost pile. They layer wet greens like food scraps with dry browns like leaves or straw. This balance keeps the pile breathing and breaking down fast. They turn it now and then with a pitchfork, but don't overdo it. No fancy bins or tumblers, just a neat stack in the corner of the yard. In about 6 months, that pile turns into dark, crumbly, black gold. It smells like forest soil and feeds the garden naturally. They spread it on beds, mix it into planting holes, or use it as mulch. It builds healthy soil, holds water, and cuts the need for anything bought in a bag. One Amish farmer said, "We don't buy fertilizer, we grow it." Number 29. Manure is aged, never fresh. The Amish use animal manure to feed their soil, but they never spread it fresh. Why? Because fresh manure is too strong. It can burn plant roots, kill seedlings, and bring in weed seeds. Instead, they pile it up and let it age for 6 to 12 months. During that time, it breaks down, cools off, and becomes safe and rich. Rain and time do most of the work. The result is dark, crumbly, earthy-smelling compost that plants love. It's packed with nutrients and good. Microbes. They use chicken, cow, horse, and goat manure, all aged the same way. Once ready, it goes right into garden beds or gets mixed with compost. It feeds the soil slowly and naturally. No chemicals, no damage, just steady, strong growth. The Amish don't rush this step. They know good manure takes time, but that wait is what makes their soil so powerful year after year. Number 30. They compost in place. The Amish don't always carry compost to the garden. Sometimes they bring the garden to the compost. Instead of hauling scraps to a bin, they bury them right where plants will grow. Under old tomato plants or near the corn patch, they dig small holes or trenches. In go the apple cores, eggshells, coffee grounds, and veggie peels. Then they cover it all with a few inches of soil. No smell, no pests, just quiet decomposition underground. Worms and tiny soil creatures move in fast, breaking it down and turning it into rich pockets of nutrients. By planting time, the waste is gone, but the soil is alive and fed. It's called trench composting or dig and drop, and it saves time and effort. No turning piles, no wheelbarrows, just dig, dump and cover. The garden gets a boost exactly where it's needed. Nature does the rest. Number 31. Wood ash from stoves goes in the garden. The Amish don't throw away the ash from their wood stoves. Instead, they sprinkle it lightly on garden soil. It's a free source of potassium and lime, two nutrients that help plants grow strong. Tomatoes, peppers, and squash love it. Potassium boosts fruit production. Lime helps balance acidic soil, making it better for most vegetables. But they use it with care. Too much ash can raise the soil's pH too high, which harms plants and stops them from taking in food, so they never dump it. They spread a thin layer in the fall or early spring, then mix it in or let rain wash it down. Only wood ash is used, never coal or treated wood. It's another way the Amish reuse what they already have, feed the soil naturally, and keep the garden thriving without buying anything. Simple, smart, and part of their everyday rhythm. Number 32. They make compost tea with a bucket and a stick. The Amish give their plants a boost using compost tea, a simple, natural drink made from good garden gold. They fill a bucket with water and stir in a few shovelfuls of finished compost. Then they let it sit for 3 to 5 days. Every day they give it a stir with a stick. This pulls out nutrients and helpful microbes, creating a rich, earthy liquid. After straining it through an old cloth, they pour it right onto the soil around growing plants. It feeds veggies fast, especially heavy feeders like tomatoes, corn, and squash. Seedlings get a gentle dose too. It's not instant like chemical fertilizer, but it's safer and builds soil life over time. No special tools, no cost, just compost, water, and patience. Some even use an old trash can for bigger batches. It's one of the easiest ways to recycle nutrients and give plants a little extra love during the growing season. Number 33. Leaves are gold. The Amish don't rake up fall leaves and burn them or send them to the dump. They see them as treasure. Every autumn, they gather leaves from yards, fields, and roadsides. They pile them up in bins, under barns, or in old chicken coops to store through winter. These leaves aren't trash. They're used all year long. In spring and summer, they spread them as mulch around vegetables and fruit bushes. The thick layer blocks weeds and holds moisture. They also mix leaves into compost piles as the brown layer that balances kitchen scraps. Some are used as bedding for animals, then later go into the manure pile, enriched with nutrients. Over time, leaves break down into rich, crumbly humus that feeds the soil. It's free, easy to find, and full of carbon. For the Amish, letting leaves go to waste is unthinkable. One farmer said, "Every leaf is $1 saved," and they live by that. Number 34. One good hoe beats 10 gadgets. The Amish don't waste time or money on electric weeders, sprayers, or fancy garden tools. They rely on one simple, sharp hoe, usually a stirrup hoe or collinear hoe. It's lightweight, easy to push, and slices right under weeds just below the soil surface. This kills the weed without turning over the dirt. No bare soil means fewer new weeds sprouting later. The best part? They don't have to bend over or pull by hand. A quick push and pull between rows takes just seconds. One pass a week keeps the whole garden clean. These hoes last for years with basic care. They're quiet, efficient, and work on any soil type. For the Amish, this tool is a daily companion, like a spoon in the kitchen or a broom in the house. It's not flashy, but it gets the job done faster and better than most modern gadgets. When it comes to weeding, they've learned simplicity wins every time. Number 35. They garden in the morning. The Amish start early. As soon as the sun's up, they're already in the garden. They plant, weed, water, and harvest while the air is cool and the dew is still on the grass. Morning work feels easier on the body. There's less heat stress, fewer biting bugs, and more energy to get things done. By midday, most garden chores are finished. That leaves the afternoon for other tasks or rest. Plants also handle being moved or picked better in the cool hours. They don't wilt or go into shock as easily. Water soaks in deep before the sun climbs high. Weeding is more effective too. The soil is soft and roots come out clean. It's a quiet, peaceful time with birds singing and no distractions. For the Amish, this rhythm isn't just practical. It's part of their way of life. Work with the sun, not against it. Get the job done early and enjoy the rest of the day. Number 36. Family teams work together. In Amish gardens, no one works alone. Gardening is a family job, from little kids to grandparents. Each person has a task that fits their age and strength. One child drops seeds, another covers them with soil. A grandparent might handpick bugs or save seeds. Older kids hoe rows or carry water. Even toddlers help by gathering herbs or feeding scraps to the compost. Work becomes a time to talk, laugh, and teach. Weeding turns into a walking chat. Harvest feels like a party. There's singing, storytelling, and shared pride in the food they grow. Chores don't feel heavy when everyone pitches in. It builds teamwork, responsibility, and strong family bonds. The Amish don't see gardening as a solo chore. They see it as a daily act of living and working together. And that shared effort makes the garden thrive, not just the plants. Number 37. They use horse-drawn equipment for big jobs. When it comes to heavy work, like breaking new ground, turning compost piles, or spreading manure, the Amish don't fire up gas-powered tillers or tractors. They call in their horses. These strong, well-trained animals pull simple ploughs, harrows, and wagons with steady, reliable power. The horse walks ahead, the tool follows, and the soil gets turned just right, without tearing it apart. It's slower than a machine, but gentler on the land. There's no noise, no fumes, and no costly fuel. Just hay and water. The horses know their jobs and move calmly through the fields each spring. One team can prepare acres of garden space in a few days. It's a rhythm that's been used for generations. For the Amish, horses aren't old-fashioned. They're practical, dependable, and part of everyday farm life. They do the hard work so people don't have to. Number 38. They harvest in the cool of the day. The Amish don't pick their vegetables under the hot midday sun. They wait for the cool parts of the day, early morning or late afternoon. At dawn, plants are full of water and firm from the night's rest. That makes tomatoes juicier, lettuce crisper, and beans snap better. Harvesting then keeps the produce fresher longer. It also puts less stress on the plant. When you pick in the heat, plants lose moisture fast and can wilt or struggle to recover. Cool harvesting protects both the food and the garden. It's easier on the body too. No sweating under the sun, no tired arms. Baskets fill quickly and everything goes straight into the root cellar, kitchen, or market crates. For the Amish, timing is part of respect for the plants, the food, and the work. They work with nature's rhythm, not against it, and it shows in the quality of every carrot, pepper, and cucumber they bring in. Number 39. They only save seeds from the best plants. The Amish don't save seeds from just any plant. They're picky. Only the strongest, healthiest, and most productive plants get to pass on their seeds. The biggest tomato that ripened early, the pepper that survived a dry week, the squash that grew fast and tasted sweet. Those are the ones they choose. They let those plants go to seed, then carefully collect, dry, and store them for next year. Over time, something powerful happens. Those seeds adapt to the local soil, weather, and seasons. They grow into plants that know how to thrive in that exact spot. No other seed can do that. Store-bought seeds don't have this memory, but Amish seed lines, saved year after year, become super adapted and more reliable with time. It's like nature's upgrade system, and it means better harvests, less fuss, and food that truly belongs where it's grown. Number 40. They grow for storage. The Amish don't just grow food for summer meals, they plan ahead for winter too. Their gardens aren't full of only lettuce and tomatoes. They plant crops that store well for months. Potatoes go into cool cellars and last all winter. Onions hang in dry bundles and keep for months. Winter squash like butternut and acorn sit on shelves for 6 months or more. Cabbage is fermented into sauerkraut or stored in cold boxes. Beets, carrots, and turnips go into sand or sawdust to stay crisp. Even beans and corn are dried and saved. This isn't just gardening, it's food security. They eat from their garden year-round, even when snow covers the ground. Nothing is wasted. Every harvest counts. By growing food that lasts, they stay self-reliant and prepared. No grocery runs when the weather turns. No panic if prices go up. They've already grown what they need and stored it with care. So there you have it. 40 Amish gardening secrets that help you grow more food with less effort. No magic, no expensive gear, just wisdom passed down through generations of people who live off their gardens. And the best part, you don't have to go Amish to use these. Just start small. Try deep mulching, save some seeds, plant a 3 Sisters patch. Your garden will thank you, your wallet will thank you. And honestly, your stress level might drop too. Because here's the truth, gardening shouldn't be a chore, it should be satisfying. And these tricks, they make it feel like you're cheating, in the best way. If you found even one of these tips helpful, do me a favour, hit that like button. It helps more people. Like you see this video, drop a comment below. Which tip are you trying first? The 3 Sisters? No-till? Let me know. I read every single one. And if you're into simple, smart ways to grow your own food, subscribe and hit the bell. We're all about old-school hacks that actually work. No fluff, no hype. Thanks for watching. Now go grow something. Your future self and your dinner plate will be grateful. Stay simple, stay smart. See you next time.